Good morning, Michael Scott, Scotty Man Photo. I'm here at Eisenhower State Park. Yeah, I know, again, but I couldn't resist. I captured a composition last week, and I was really looking to improve that. The sky wasn't quite what I wanted it to be, although a mist came in, and it's a moody image. It's interesting, but I was really looking for a more colorful sky. So I had some good predictions this morning for the weather, and decided to come back and try to get a similar composition. So right now I've just shot about a 2-minute exposure. I'm waiting on that to process in the camera. Take a look at that, see what I have. It's the great skies this morning. A lot of color. However, I got a lot of choppy water down here, so I was really looking for kind of a more placid look to the lake, and not going to get that. So maybe a 2-minute exposure can really do the trick for me. Not a lot of winds, which is good, but nevertheless, I got some choppy water. Well, anyway, check this image out here and see how it looks. Well, I think it's maybe a little underexposed, but I'm sure I can bring that out in post-processing. That's a pretty interesting image. Long exposure, 2 minutes. ISO 64. Still, the water, even 2 minutes is not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but yep, last time I was here was really calm. So anyway, let me capture another exposure. Yeah, not quite as much color in this one. Yeah, I think that's going to be the image right there. And my colors are fading right now, so you know, last week's video, I say last week's, but you know, just whenever I get these done and posted, it's whenever there. But anyway, in the last video, I talked about no two images are the same, and you can't compose the same image, and you really can't. It's hard. The conditions change that much in landscape photography. Even if you marked the exact location or left your tripod, I mean, the conditions themselves change. And so, you know, as I always say, no two images are the same ever. But you know, a sky is an interesting element in landscape photography, and I think that it's a super important element. So, you know, I guess I am kind of a sky chaser. I love a good morning, but and I think some of my most interesting images, you know, have really good skies in them. And sometimes with a long exposure like this one, you might get the clouds streaking across in a manner that really kind of creates leading lines and pulls the viewer into your image, and those images tend to be the most interesting images. So, but nevertheless, I mean, you do have to frequent a location. It's very unlikely that you're going to roll in and capture that award-winning image in one frame. So, in one image, that's not going to happen. Matter of fact, I think one of my best images is I just happened to get into town. It was in Moorhead, Kentucky, and I got there, and boom, you know, it was great skies. It was just after a good rain, perfect conditions for landscape photography, and I was able to capture that image. But honestly, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been to that location. That was probably, you know, one of 20 or 30 times I'd been there. So I think the key to capturing the image that you have in mind is persistence and a little weather navigation, so to speak. So, you know, a little forecasting, you know, trying to plan ahead, and, you know, a couple days out, you know, if you know you're going to have the time, and scouting locations. You know, I knew the humidity was going to be low. I knew I was going to have high clouds. I felt really confident that the conditions were going to be right for landscape photography, or at least for my type of landscape photography. So, well, you don't know anyway until you get out and shoot. So, truly if I came out this morning and the sky was a total wash, as has happened many times. Do I really care? No. I mean, I love a good image, but I love the outdoors just as much. And I think that's truly what it's all about. You know, one of the things I learned a long time ago, and I think I've mentioned this before, but it's certainly worth mentioning again, is especially when you're doing these long exposures, you really have to watch your footing. Yeah, that can turn out very badly. So you bump that tripod in a long exposure, and not looking great. Looking on the back of my camera, I think my 2-minute exposure is going to be the one. I did use a circular polarizer and a 6-stop ND filter to really slow things down and smooth out the water. So when I get back to post-processing, I'll check it out, see what I have. So captured a couple of other images with different levels of color, different variations of color, I should say. And the contrast is pretty nice in the clouds. It's still nice. I could probably capture a few more images. So, but anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did, by the way, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe for some future videos. I plan to keep filming. So, anyway, I guess that's it. See you down the road.